was amazing to watch. I was informed later that somebody set a school bus on fire or something, which is not great. But most of what I saw out of New York was just like the entire town was happy at once, which I didn't think was possible because it's New York.
For New York, yeah, is pretty amazing.
Right?
But the Knicks haven't won. I don't even follow basketball, but I don't think the Knicks have even won the championship in my lifetime.
Since 73.
That's 4 years before I was born.
Right.
So that's how long.
People have also been pointing out that the last time the Knicks won the championship, the president resigned immediately the year after. So
in disgrace.
Yeah. He can resign in disgrace. He can resign in dat grace. I don't care. He can just resign.
He can resign in a box. He can resign with a fox. I mean, I didn't watch his super special big boy birthday spectacular.
Most people couldn't because it was only on Paramount Plus.
But I saw the pictures and bro does not look good.
He fell asleep. He fell asleep. Again.
He always falls. Do you want to know my current big time conspiracy theory?
What's your current big time conspiracy theory?
I think that the incident at the White House Correspondents' Dinner was staged because they knew that he couldn't stay awake and lucid through that whole event. So they orchestrated a reason to get him the out of there.
Well, to be fair, it's the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I couldn't stay awake and lucid through that event, honestly.
Yeah.
But no, it was Saturday was nice because it was all these people were happy, and I don't know the first thing about basketball, but everybody was like, "Wow!" And I'm like, "Yes, woo, indeed, woo to you, my friends, woo."
Yes. How do you do, fellow wooers?
So that was
people are very excited. I found out that they were in the playoffs from my boss at one of my jobs, who's from Michigan, but he loves basketball. So he's like, "You excited about the Knicks?" And I'm like, "What happened to the Knicks?" And he's staring. He's like, "Are you kidding me right now?" He's like, "Terry, they're in the NBA Finals." And I'm like, "Oh, cool."
You people are saying like they're going to finals, and I'm like, is that like, show choir going to finals? I don't understand.
I'm not clear how the NBA playoffs work. As far as I can tell, basketball is never not in season.
Right. Like
basketball seems to happen 365 days a year, as far as I can tell. And that's not a complete, like, if you're a basketball fan, that's cool. I'm not sure how the season works with basketball. But go Knicks. That's cool.
I'm happy people was happy. We needed something like that.
People are real mad at Nate Bargatze. Is that the comedian guy?
I have no idea who that is.
He's a comedian, and I guess he was at the Big Strong Boy birthday extravaganza, and people are like, "No, how could he?" And I'm like, guys, his current movie in theaters is, "Oh my God, my wife went out of town and I have to watch my own children, but I have a penis."
I don't.
That's a bit of a tell.
I'm losing my ability to give. Honestly. All right. Well, it's time for the rest of the news. Each week, Catherine, the radio dead AR, it's go on the worldwide interwebs, find all sorts of horrible stuff. Bring it back here for a little segment we like to call "What the Fuck is Wrong with You?" And we're starting with Canada this week, and I am fucking terrified after reading about this because there's a lot going on here. You know what it takes to be a pilot, Tara?
The ability to fly a plane?
Well, yeah, but it's more than that. There's documents and things that have to be signed and
that say I know how to fly a plane.
Right. Dude managed to fly 900 flights without a pilot's license.
Oh no.
And these are not like little Cessna Buddy Holly plane flights. These are commercial airline flights for Air fucking Canada. Where my Air Canada pilot has been charged with after flying for years without a proper license. Jeffrey Wall of Barrie, Ontario, is alleged to have operated as an airline captain between 2009 and 2025 without a license to fly large commercial planes. Police say he piloted more than 900 flights domestically and internationally without the required license. Air Canada confirmed one of its pilots held a valid commercial pilot's license, but was promoted captain without the required airline transport pilot license. Deputy Police Chief Nick Milinovich alleged that 59-year-old Wall has been flying for years, misrepresenting himself and his credentials to his employer and regulatory officials using fraudulent licensing documents.
Okay, so it's not like he has no license. He just doesn't have, like, the correct license, which is still bad.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a commercial pilot's license.
But it's not like he's never been in a cockpit before.
Well, to be fair, I've been in a cockpit. That doesn't mean I should be flying the fucking thing.
I'm just saying, like, I have not been in a cockpit, unless you count LARP.
Granted, the cockpit I was in was a plane that had been decommissioned. It doesn't have a valid engine in it. It was just sitting at the fucking Yorktown.
But it's not like I have been flying fucking planes around with my BA in art, right? Like, he has a pilot license. I'm not saying that makes it okay. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying it's a little less horrifying than the headline would suggest, because he does at least know how to fly a plane. It's the difference between you know how to drive a pickup truck and you know how to drive a fucking 18-wheeler. Right. It's the difference between a driver's license and a commercial driver's license.
Like,
it's still yeah.
Like, who the fuck?
It doesn't say he crashed or had any problems. So, like, maybe let him cook. Because the way air travel is going,
we're just gonna let if people have been like, are you a pilot? No, but I stayed at Holiday Inn Express last night.
He's made it all this time without a problem. Let Randy Quaid have a shot at the aliens, man.
Probably not the best example considering where Randy Quaid is these days.
Yeah, but he saved the Earth that one time.
And also, it gets better. In January, police launched a criminal investigation known as Project Icarus after Transport Canada initiated a review of the captain. They named a project after this one dude.
Like, I think I get what you were going for with it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have gone there with it personally.
Is there just not that much shit going on in Canada that you've set up a Project Icarus task force for the cops? What the fuck?
So I guess the real lesson here is don't fucking fly Air Canada.
I mean, yeah.
Because they had to launch a task force to catch fake pilots. What are y'all doing? Are you letting the moose fly the planes up there?
Speaking of what are you doing, it's from the BBC, and I honestly, this unfortunately makes sense because we've seen a number of stories like this. Do not drop ammunition at recycling centers. People are being urged to think carefully when cleaning out unwanted items after a suspected grenade was found at a recycling center. Devon County Council said a number of recycling centers have been forced to temporarily shut this year due to the discovery of suspicious or dangerous items such as unexploded ordnance. And yes, this was actually retrieved from the Ivy Bridge Recycling Center in January. They evacuated it because that's a take shell.
Is it possible that the whole joke from Hot Fuzz wasn't as out of left field as it seemed? Is this just a thing that people in the English countryside do?
Right? Because it's like you can imagine they were writing this movie. It's like everybody's going to get the reference. And we're over here like, wow, that guy's got a lot of explosives. How weird is that?
Is that a thing that happens there?
Possibly. Said the Brunel Road recycling center had been evacuated on the 3rd of June after an explosive was found, which was a grenade. Counselor Jackie Hodgson, cabinet member responsible for waste services, said the avoidable incident wasted time, adding flares, fireworks, or ammunition must never be brought to our recycling centers. Like, what do you think they're going to do at the recycling center with a fucking tank shell?
Recycle it. I just love, is there anyone on the fucking planet who can understate a situation like a fucking Brit? The avoidable incident wasted time. Not, holy shit, I thought we were all going to get blown to Kingdom Come. You know, you've really muddied the schedule.
Like it happens folks, maybe they should just have like an amnesty day where it's like, look, if you've got some explosive shit, just bring it down here today. You won't get in trouble. Of course, if they do that, something will fucking explode. And it'd be like take out like an entire countryside.
I would call out that day. Everybody's going to bring in their explosive shit. Wow, I'm suddenly not feeling so good. I'm going to have to leave the country.
Well, it's Florida time. We have had all of these instances now with lawyers using the AI, which is not actually whatever, to pretend to be, we're citing these cases or whatnot. So this is actually a little refreshing to see, them go analog with the whole, I don't know what I'm doing with the law.
Ripped my headphone out.
Central Florida man arrested after impersonating lawyer at traffic stop. Derek Shafus, 30, faces charges of obstruction by a disguised person. What?
What
the hell? What? I guess that means because he was pretending to be a lawyer. Obstruction by a disguised person. What?
What's a lawyer disguise?
I don't fucking know. So Broward, Palm Bay man has been arrested after he showed up at a traffic stop and pretended to be the driver's lawyer. Arrest warrant affidavit. Deputies say the traffic stop happened in April along I-95. During the stop, a controlled substance was located with the vehicle and in the driver's purse. After advising the driver of Miranda rights, beginning a post-Miranda interview, the defendant arrived on the scene. The defendant, later identified as Derek Shafus, 30, came up to the stop and was identified by the driver as her attorney. Now, when this starts, I'm thinking about, you've seen Fear and Loathing in
I have not.
You've not seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? Oh my Lord. Hunter S. Thompson as your attorney.
Johnny Depp, man.
Okay, yeah. That's not aged well.
Even back then, like pretty much everything after like 21 Jump Street.
That's a deep cut.
He's just exhausting. Like, he just makes me tired.
Well, then you got the Hunter S. Thompson experience, honestly. Defendant, driver refused to speak with the deputy longer, referring him to her lawyer. Chavis had showed up wearing a full suit and tie, asking about legal procedures, the existence of probable cause, and even tried to negotiate a deal for the driver with the cops.
Yeah, that's not when or where you do that.
For investigators, Chaffis claimed to be bar certified and licensed to practice in both Florida and Georgia, but when asked for proof, he said he didn't have any documentation with him.
Are you saying that he gave them a Florida-Georgia line?
Jesus, that's terrible. That's one of the worst things you've ever done. So So you're a lawyer. Will you see your license? No. Why? It's in my
fifth.
Yeah, play the fifth, right?
Fifth.
Stack of the vehicle's information firm Chaffetz was not, in fact, an attorney, though it did show he had been arrested last year on the charge of DUI. I asked the driver
that doesn't mean he's not an attorney. Let's be real.
Yeah. Asked the driver if she knew Chaffetz, and she advised it was through a friend. She had spoke with him in the past and told her he was a lawyer. She felt she needed a lawyer during the traffic stop, so she called him to contact his services. As a result of the incident, Chaffetz was arrested this month, now faces charges of obstruction by a disguised person and practicing law without a license. Dude, how the fuck did you think that was going to fucking work? Like, if you want to pretend to be a lawyer at the fucking bar, if you're just, everybody's out for drinks and shit and you're just bullshitting, you can probably get away with that. But when you have to deal with the actual law enforcement, that's when the consequences come in.
If you're going to pretend to be a lawyer, you need to at least have some understanding of when in the process a lawyer shows up.
Right.
Because it's not at the traffic stop.
No.
Like
not unless there's an arrest or something.
At least watch some shit. At least watch a couple of episodes of Law and Order. Just try to have a concept of when your cue is. And
the lawyer does not make deals with the fucking cops. That's not a deal. That's a bribe. Okay?
Because at that point, she's not yet been arrested, which means she certainly has not yet been charged.
No. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, we're going back to Canada again. I don't think some people kind of understand certain concepts, like on probation. I think they're very bad with these. This one is just like, oh my God, how the fuck did you think this was going to work? Especially when you look at the steering wheel on this fucking thing. Look what the fuck happened. BC offender arrested after arriving for a probation meeting in stolen truck. Young offender in British Columbia was arrested after having arrived at his probation appointment in a stolen vehicle. Royal Canadian Mounted Police was conducted surveillance on the stolen Ford F-350 when officers saw the offender exit a residence, get in the truck's passenger seat. Surveillance team followed the truck, which had been stolen on May 31st. The offender's scheduled meeting with his probation officer. When the known offender checked in, the driver circled the area around the probation office. Once the offender returned to the truck, the vehicle continued on its way toward Abbotsford. Officers stopped the vehicle, which was allegedly driving carelessly, arrested both occupants without incident.
From the photos, it might be hard to tell what he means by the steering wheel, because the photo isn't taken at a great angle to see that is not a gear shift you're looking at. That's the screwdriver he jammed in the ignition to start the car.
Doing it old school. You got to respect that. You got to fucking respect. Those are skills that we have lost. It's good to see some people keeping the traditions alive.
Well, is that a push button start?
No, that's a key start.
That's like a key. Okay.
Yeah, there should be a key there. There is not a key there. I don't think that's a
screwdriver.
That F-350 looks about the age of my truck. So that's an older F-350. But the fact
I also have a lot of respect for the Mounties Integrated Municipal Provincial Auto Crime Team, and the acronym is IMPACT. I want to be the person that makes up cool acronyms for a living.
Tara, the fucking Discord saw you making thumbs up, and it put a thumbs up on the fucking screen. What the hell?
What?
I don't know what the hell just happened there, but there was like a little...
It's done that before, but like randomly. I don't know why. But I want to be the person that's like, we want our name to spell shield. Come up with something. Sounds like a great job.
Just, dude, like, you're going to your probation meeting in a stolen... You don't even have the keys.
I will bet you a shiny quarter that the logic behind this was, I don't have a car, but if I miss my probation meeting, I'm going to jail. So I better acquire a car.
Well, not to be outdone, let it not be said that our law enforcement are always the most exceptionally intelligent people out there. There are some things that if I had done, I would be fired at a job. There are some things you do at a job, you're gone. That job is over. You don't get to do the job anymore. So it is amazing to me the things you can get away with as a cop and still be a cop.
Yeah.
Like, for example, fuck around with your service weapon and accidentally shoot another cop. They're fine. Got him in the shoulder. It was literally a flesh wound. Pasadena police officer accidentally shot by fellow cop in horseplay incident. And don't worry. Oh, no. It wasn't a one-sided thing either. Wait for it. Newly released dash cam footage shows a Pasadena officer getting shot by a fellow officer in what the police chief described as a, quote, horseplay incident.
Were there horses?
No.
Okay.
They're just using the term. Police footage taken inside a police parked garage captures a patrol car pulling up behind two officers standing near their vehicle. One of the officers standing outside is seen quickly drawing his gun and pointing it at the officer in the patrol car. After a few seconds, he reholsters the weapon. Video does not show what happened next. Police chief said the officer seated in the patrol car also drew a gun, which discharged. Bullet traveled through the windshield, struck the other officer in the shoulder. So y'all are just sort of like pointing guns at each other as a greeting?
Like they're not toys. You would think that if you go through training to be a police officer, at some point somebody would say the sentence, "Guns are not toys."
No.
This is the shit that really used to piss Dan off because he was in the Army, and in the Army they definitely teach you that guns are not toys.
Like, if you didn't use in retail, if you didn't use like the ladder to get to the top shelf properly, your ass would get fired.
Yeah.
If you fucked around with the cardboard crusher in the back, your ass would get fired. Like, if you told a customer, like, take it sleazy, your ass might get fired.
Meanwhile, these guys are just like, think fast. Oh, I gotcha.
These are just fucking like pulling this RoboCop shit. What the fuck? This is regretful conduct. It's not consistent with the expectations and service commitments, and appropriate actions will be taken to ensure our culture reflects appropriate conduct. Officer who was shot is recovered and is still employed. Whether he will receive additional disciplinary action is unclear. Under California law, since the incident was classified as an officer-involved shooting, the video had to be released, although the administrative investigation is now complete. Chief said the criminal investigation and force review are still pending. I want to, how much you want to bet nobody loses their fucking job?
No.
Because just
boys will be boys.
Like, even the one who got shot pulled a firearm on another cop.
Yeah.
And just last week we had the microwave incident with the fucking and that's still a cop.
And like, I've been rewatching the X-Files, and like, you'd be surprised if you binge it and aren't watching it on a weekly basis over 10 years, how often Mulder and Scully pull their guns on each other? Like, it happens more than you think, but it's usually because one of them is a shapeshifter or under mind control or something.
Yeah, they don't strike me as the fucking around type.
No.
I don't see Mulder like pulling a Glock on somebody as a prank.
I mean, Mulder maybe, actually. Not Scully, though. Not Scully. She was a grown-up.
So, be scared of the police. Be very afraid of the police.
Because they're toddlers.
Last one tonight. I don't know how much you've been following the computer stuff and the price of RAM and all the other shit going on because of the AI stuff. Yeah, you haven't been following this. Let's just put it this way: nobody
I'm a Mac user.
Well, even if you're a Mac user, nobody can buy computer. Computer
right, but I'm
too
not
much.
Buying extra RAM.
No, because they soldered it and you can't upgrade it. You cannot buy computer because of AI. So
stop all the downloading.
This is like, I guess a double punch to the gut on this one. Though, my God, I never want to hear anybody complaining about my egregious overbuilt gaming computer again, because it could save your fucking life. Gaming PC saves owner from bullet fired by neighbor's dog. Look at that fucking hole in the computer.
What did you do to that dog? Did you fake throw the ball? Did you fake throw the ball? Because they hate that, just so you know. And you probably had it coming.
Oh my God. In a story that could come straight from The Simpsons, a gaming PC owner says their rig saved them from being shot after their neighbor's dog, yes, dog, accidentally discharged a firearm. Bullet traveled through a wall heading toward the person, but it changed trajectory after hitting a ram stick. Which these days is likely more expensive than bulletproof shielding. They woke up in the middle of the night to a bang and glass hitting them in the face. Presumably a daze, the neighbor arrived crying, shaking, and repeatedly apologizing, terrified somebody had been hurt. Incredibly, it turned out the firearm had been discharged by their dog. Look at that stick of fucking ram. Let's see. There's the bullet. Yeah, there's the fucking bullet. Look at what happened to that ram.
I need to know how the dog came to fire the gun in the middle of the night, because that tells me it was not secured, not stored unloaded.
There's the bullet too. Look, he's got a picture of the bullet in his hand. They were told they would have been hit by the bullet while they were sleeping had the PC not altered trajectory. They later wrote they found the bullet under their pillow. Fuck.
Baby, the bullet fairy came. You know, this is a fucking problem, though, because this is just going to make every fucking husband in America who hasn't matured past the age of 14 be like, no, baby, I know the kids need new shoes, but like, I need a second console to protect the family.
You know, I mean, I got one of them gaming computers. I got one. I made mine. And I can see the value here. Oh, damn.
I really can't believe this story has not gone into how the dog came to fire a gun. There's another thing about that. Like Dan had a handgun. He stored it in a safe, unloaded, but also he researched the ammo he had for it, and he specifically got the types of rounds that once they hit drywall would like mushroom, so they could not go through the wall into the neighbor's house.
Okay.
Like, he made a point of that because he wasn't going to be, he didn't want to be accidentally shooting someone 2 houses away if he was trying to shoot a burglar.
I don't know how familiar you are with like gaming PCs, but the side panels are usually tempered glass these days. So the inside of that machine is just covered in exploded tempered glass.
Yeah.
That burst out too, which means there's glass everywhere in that fucking house.
That room is whew.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You can't be mad at the dog because it's like
you gotta secure your fucking firearms, people. You gotta store them safely. And you gotta apparently talk to your dogs about guns. There is a satire book. Have you talked to your cats about guns? But I don't know if they have one for dogs.
I hope okay.
Have you talked to Charlie about guns?
I have not talked to Charlie about guns, so
I don't think you have to talk to Grady because he's too lazy to shoot
he's too
anybody,
lazy.
I think.
You can see there's other gamer stuff. Like this is a kid, man. Oh man.
Well, yeah, it's also a pink setup, and the username is Angel Baby, so this is a chick.
Yeah. Maybe. I
shouldn't assume.
Yeah. Either way, still, that was a nice setup. It wasn't like the most super.
I'd be psyched to not have been shot in the head, obviously.
True.
But that is still a very expensive fucking bummer.
Yeah. Because I can tell by looking at this system, this is like an older, like not like crappy, but this is a little bit older. But even then, that just oof. Just seeing that kind of a hole in a motherboard is just like, Jesus Christ. I know normal people would be like, thank God it wasn't me. I'm not normal. I'd be sitting there going,
I mean, two things can be true at the same time. You can be very happy to not have that bullet have gone through your person. And also, holy shit, that very expensive computer is fuckered.
And
I have a room covered in exploded glass.
Tempered glass is... I mean, if you don't break it, which is a weird way to say, if you don't break it, tempered glass is fantastic, but...
That room is carpeted, and it looks like a high pile carpet.
Yep. It's going to be like
in your life. You could live 100 years, and you will never find the final piece of glass.
It's like the worst glitter ever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so
like you got to rip up that carpet.
What have we learned this week? We've learned you need to talk to your dogs about proper firearm safety.
Yeah.
Of course.
The crime dog ain't fucking around.
I mean, literally, we had a dog this week with the same amount of presence of mind in controlling a firearm as the cops did.
Which is why when people say ACOB, ACOB, what is that? ACAB, they don't mean the canines.
No. Can't, yeah. We've learned that if you point a firearm at something, you better mean to destroy it.
That's like lesson 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was literally the first thing that Dan said to me.
Unless you're a cop, in which case you can just...
anything you do not want to kill.
Well, unless you're a cop, unless you can just pretty much do whatever, just whatever. Have fun. Just, have fun out there, kids. We have learned that if you had to jam a fucking screwdriver into the key slot to get a truck to your probation officer, I don't think the whole probation thing is catching on quite like it needs to.
Maybe you could call.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I've never been on probation. Maybe they'd be like, fuck you, figure it out. I don't know. But I feel like your situation's going to be better if you call and are like, I don't have a ride, than if you just steal the car.
Just talk about it. We have learned that impersonating a lawyer is harder than it looks. Like, I know you get got the idea that it's like easy peasy. It's not easy. It's not easy. We've learned that apparently the English countryside is just full of fucking explosives. They just like they got more than they know what to do with.
That's just one more reason you can't trust a Brit.
And finally, we've learned that if you want to fly a plane, just go ahead and fly a plane. Nobody's going to stop you.
Live your fucking dreams.
Because you know what?
Don't let anyone tell you can't just because you never took the training.
License schmeisance. You're fine.
I was about to say I thought this was America, but it was Canada.